vocal warm-up, go. E, ah, oh, nay. Show my subscribers how much you love me. No, don't show them your butt. Don't flash them your butt, sir. Aww, I love you. You are an unruly co-star, sir. Hey guys, my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wicked, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. So guys, today we are going to be finding out what is your greatest strength slash power slash gift and talent. Okay, so if you want to find out what makes you so unique and powerful and incredible, then this is going to be the reading for you today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at your group picks today, friends, okay? So here are your group picks today. So for group number 1, we have the amazing and gothic book called Black Sunshine by Miss Karina Halley. Okay, and if you like vampires and romance and enemies to lovers, then you would love this book. So, for group number 2, we have the Carnival of Souls by Miss Melissa Marr, okay? And then last but not least, for group number 3, we have A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair. Now guys, isn't that the coolest name ever? Scarlett St. Clair, like, oh my gosh, I wish that was my name. It just has such a sassy yet elegant name, like type of twist to it, if that makes any sense. It sounds incredible. So, guys, without further ado, I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And now I want you to let it out. And now I want you to please close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about what your greatest strength slash power slash gift is. What is it that makes you so unique and incredible? Now, whenever you feel ready, please open your eyes, and whichever book your eyes lands on first, then that, my dear, is going to be the reading for you today. Now, if you feel called to more than one book here, then definitely feel free to check out those extra messages as well. And as always, I will have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, friends, okay? Hello, group 1! So you chose this super gothic romantic novel called Black Sunshine by Miss Karina Halley. Then hey, hello, and how are you? Okay, so guys, the first thing I want to say is I feel like with you choosing Black Sunshine, I feel like this is so symbolic of who you are, and I find it to be so interesting because just looking at the cards, the tarot cards and oracle cards that you received today, I feel like you really could be described as Black Sunshine. You know, I feel like you are somebody who has gone through a lot of darkness. You have gone through the thick of it, all of the shadows, and yet even though you have experienced so much darkness, so much blackness, you are still a ray of light. You are just such a beautiful, positive, gorgeous individual, and I just think that that is so incredible to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this right here. And with that being said, let's actually get into more of your reading today. Okay, let's talk about these cards that you received. So first of all, guys, you do have the 6 of Swords coming through. You also have the Knight of Cups and the Strength card. And then for the oracle cards today, you received the card of Rhiannon with the 4 keywords integrity, perseverance, endurance, and focus. You have the Child Orphan coming through, ferocity and banishment. And last but not least, you have unfinished business and fertility. Okay, so guys, in order to talk about the amazing gifts and powers that you possess, we first have to talk about your past, because I think it is because of your past, it is because of your origin story, your background, that you have become the amazing individual that you are today. Okay, it is what has given you the strengths that you have. So, let's go ahead and talk about that past, shall we? Now, first of all, with the child orphan coming through, I'm definitely getting the idea that every single one of you guys that have found yourself in this reading today at this particular pile, I think that you have had to go through the really hard lesson of knowing what it is like to lose someone, right? You have had to go through that really challenging moment. And I think that for some of you guys, it's going to be different for everyone, but I think that for some of you guys, maybe you had lost your parents at a really young age. Maybe they passed away, or maybe they simply just weren't in the picture and you were in a way an orphan. Maybe for some of you guys, you had to go through the challenging time of losing a best friend. Maybe it was somebody who you were really close to, who you thought you would always be best friends with, but for some reason they rejected you. They decided they didn't want to be your friend anymore. For others of you, this loss could be coming from a relationship. Maybe you were dating somebody and you thought that you guys were going to make it to the long haul. You thought that this was going to be your future spouse, and they also ended up rejecting you, breaking your heart, and just shattering just this whole future that you had planned, right? I just think that at the end of the day, you guys had to go through that moment of really feeling completely abandoned and feeling completely rejected. And because of that, you had to go through those moments of feeling very insecure, of feeling maybe even negative and depressed and despondent. And I think for a time, maybe you did want to give up on life. Maybe you just wanted to throw in the towel and just become a hermit and stay indoors and just stay inside rather than meet new people, because you were afraid of having to face this rejection again. You were afraid that maybe there was something wrong with you that caused people to just walk away from you, right? But I think that instead of allowing these things to break you, I think that maybe you did break a little bit, but you built yourself back up and you became even stronger. And here lies the power and the strength that you have, okay? Because I feel like instead of, building yourself up, becoming this force to be reckoned with, becoming really strong, but also becoming very hardened, I feel like instead you built yourself up and you remained very soft. You remained very positive, and you were able to see the best in people, the best in others, and the best in your future. And now what I mean by that is there are so many people who, after going through a really hard rejection, going through a really hard breakup, or going through a really hard past, they become very hardened and they become very bitter, and they just don't really want to soften themselves to anyone because they don't really see the best in people. They don't see the best in people anymore. They only see the worst in people. But I feel like you are somebody who, and this is your greatest strength, where you are still able to be very soft. You are somebody who, I feel like you just have that type of outlook on life where you are able to see that the cup is half full instead of half empty. And I think that whenever you meet new people, you are always able to see the best in them, the best in others, and you are always able to hope for the best for your future. And I think that that is just such an amazing ability that you have. That is so freaking beautiful and so freaking amazing. And I honestly think that there are so many people that are jealous of you and jealous of this gift, because there are so many people who, just like I was saying, after going through darker moments, they're so hesitant about starting new relationships, about opening themselves up to new connections, and they just hold themselves back from doing anything. But you are not like that at all. I think that you are such a romantic at heart, and you are always able to just throw yourself into these new relationships and just hope for the best. And I feel like you have this type of childish love. And when I say childish, I mean this in a good way, in the best way possible. I feel like you have this innocent type of outlook on life where every new relationship that you have, I think that you are just able to be like a child and just be so excited and so hopelessly in love, right? And having that type of, childlike love is so freaking beautiful. It's so freaking gorgeous. You are just so excited to live and to go out and explore the world, and you don't let your past harden you. You are just so sweet and thoughtful and caring, and I think that that is so, so beautiful to see. And honestly, I think your second biggest gift is your ability to help other people as well. I think that, you know, with the Six of Swords coming through, you help other people going through really dark moments as well. I think that you know exactly what it is like to go through these harder moments. You know exactly what it is like to be in the thick of it, to be in the midst of the shadows, and I think that you want to be an inspiration to others. You aim to help other people, give them a helping hand while they are going through these moments, and you aim to be a light to them, right? You want to help give people hope and spread people hope with your love, with your joy, and I think that it is very contagious. And so I do think that your second biggest gift is your ability to just be such an inspiration. It's your ability to be able to pull people out of the hardest moments of their lives and help them see that there is still a future waiting for them. You are able to give them hope even whenever they are hopeless, even whenever other people, no matter how hard they tried to pull them out of the shadows, but they couldn't do it. You just have that magical ability to help people hope again, hope again, hope again, hope again. And I think that that is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous gift to have. Now, guys, another gift that I'm seeing for you, and I think that this is honestly the coolest gift ever. I honestly feel like you attract the bad boys, okay? Or you attract the bad guys. And I think that, you know, whereas other people are afraid to interact with bad people, they're afraid to interact with the bad guy because they're afraid that they're going to get hurt, or they're afraid that that person is just going to be too rough to them or something like that. I think that you are somebody who you love to meet new people. You especially love to meet the so-called bad boy, and you love to help bring out the better side to them that maybe they don't show other people. And so what I mean by that, because I do feel like that sounds quite vague, what I mean by that is, if I had to compare you to somebody, if I had to compare this gift to like a movie, I would say you are like Fiona from Shrek, okay? Because in the movie Shrek, Shrek is seen as an ogre, correct? Everybody looks at Shrek and they are so afraid to be around him, to interact with him, because he's this big, scary ogre. And so when people see him, they literally run for the hills. Right? And it's almost like Shrek, who is this ogre, he has gotten so used to how people treat him that he has started to become the worst part of himself. Because that is all people expect from him, right? So why should he try to be better? Why should he try to aim to be a better person if people are only ever going to see the worst in him, correct? And so it wasn't until he met Fiona where he was able to start to soften himself. He was able to start to see that, just because he's an ogre, it doesn't mean that he can't be anything other than an ogre. It doesn't mean that he can't be a hero. And so it is while he is with Fiona that she helps him see these other sides to himself that he never even realized he had within him. And yes, he was an ogre, but he also became something so much more. He became a hero. He became Fiona's Prince Charming. He just did everything right, if that makes any sense. He just became this amazing, amazing person, and he was able to see himself in this amazing light. And it was because of Fiona. It was because of Fiona and her influence and the way that she challenged him to try to be more and to go after more. And so I think that that is how I would compare you to, right? I think that you are just somebody who, again, you see the best in people. You always see the best in others. And I feel like you can take people who are literally seen as the worst type of person, and you are able to help even them see that there's a better side to themselves. So guys, honestly, I feel like you could be somebody who would work really well like in prison reform. I feel like you would make a really great social worker, a really great psychologist, something like that. I really feel like you would be such a great influence to people who are in the prison system, Because again, whenever you become a prisoner, a convict, people see them as just that, just a bad person, somebody who did a bad thing, and they deserve everything that they get. But you see the better side of them. And I think that, again, you are able to just inspire these people to see themselves in a whole nother way. You inspire these people to see that light at the end of the tunnel and know that even though they are going through a really dark moment, and even though people view them as somebody who is very dark and bad and cruel, they know with your influence that they can be more than that. They know that they can step into the light and they can see that there is a future for them. There is a future for them. So you are just such a motivating person. I feel like you would also do really well working with addicts, you know, helping people who are going through these addictions to see more of themselves than just an addict, right? You help people see that they can be so much more and that they can aim so much higher than what they have aimed for throughout their past, right? So I just think that that is such an incredible, incredible gift to have. At the end of the day, you just really help people banish any type of negative thoughts that they have over themselves, and you help them have this type of passion again, this ferocity. You bring it back to them in spades, and I think that you are also able to always bring it back to yourself, no matter what you go through, no matter what darkness you have to face, no matter what black times you are experiencing. You are this black sunshine, right? You are just a ray of sunshine, even in the darkest of nights. So yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I also just think with like fertility coming through as well, and the Knight of Cups, I think that you are quite charming. I do think that there are a lot of people that look at you and they think about, you know, having a relationship with you. I think that you have a lot of secret admirers, whether you realize it or not. You are just like a Prince Charming. You are a Prince Charming, you guys. Whether you are more feminine or masculine, you are everybody's Prince Charming, everybody's knight in shining armor. And I just think that people see you as somebody who is just a sweet, gorgeous, sexy thing. Okay, so yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give your girl a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime. Okay, I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a blessed rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 2. So if you chose the amazing Carnival of Souls by Miss Melissa Marr, then hey, hello, and how are you? Thank you for stopping by this side of TerraTube and for being a part of this reading today. I love you all so much, and I'm so excited you're here. So I'm going to go ahead and place this right here to look beautiful, and let's go ahead and talk about these cards, shall we? Because your reading today, guys, like your strengths, your powers, they are freaking incredible. Okay, they are amazing. So let's go ahead and talk about these cards, shall we? We have the 8 of Cups coming through. We also have the 7 of Cups, the King of Wands. For the Oracle cards today, we have Guinevere with the 4 key words: beauty, feminine power, sexuality, and love. We also have the Chalice Well with the keywords sanctuary, creative force, Mother Earth, and flow. For the other cards, we have Damsel, abundance, inner conflict, and last but not least, we have isolation. Okay, so first of all, guys, the first power and strength that is making itself be abundantly clear is the fact that you are literally so freaking hot. Okay, I'm going to tell it to you like it is. I think that for almost all of you guys, you are like a freaking snack, a whole freaking meal. You are very, very physically attractive. I see you being in the same league as freaking Scarlett Johansson or Brad Pitt. You are just that freaking babe. Okay, you are the whole freaking meal. Okay, when people see you, they are like, let me eat that. Okay, that is how hot you are. But for some of you guys, if you are not traditionally attractive, if you are somebody who doesn't have, the same type of physical traits that Brad Pitt or Scarlett Johansson has, I think that you carry yourself in the same way that Scarlett Johansson and Brad Pitt carry themselves in. You are somebody who you love yourself so much. You have so much confidence, so much charisma, so much charm. I think that it doesn't matter if you don't look like Brad Pitt or you don't look like ScarJo. Like, you are just as hot as them, and it is because you have that confidence. It is because you love yourself the most, okay? And I think that people just eat that stuff up, okay? They love it. They freaking love it, okay? So at the end of the day, one of your biggest strengths is, first of all, how hot you are, but also the way that you can honestly, I feel like a power that you have could be the fact that you could be very persuasive. Okay, I feel like you are very charming. And guys, now I know this is a really, really, really bad example. It's a really bad example. Please don't judge me. But you know how Hitler, he may have not been the cutest guy ever, right? Like, I don't know about you, but just that little stash thing, like, that was not... That's not something that I'm into, right? It's not something I'm into, okay? But I'm just saying, he was not traditionally attractive, right? He wasn't anywhere near traditionally attractive, but he had so much charisma. There was like this grand way that he carried himself in. He just had this amazing sense of confidence, and he was able to use that confidence, that charisma, that charm to charm so many people into literally following him into a whole dictatorship. He became a dictator through the very sheer force of his will. He was able to manipulate people so freaking easily. And while this may sound like a bit of a negative trait, okay, I'm still telling you, like, this is the power that I'm seeing for you. I feel like you have the power of persuasion, okay? You are able to persuade people to do anything that you want, okay? I feel like maybe if you had a really hard time in high school, this is just an example, if you had a hard time in high school at, doing math, okay, maybe math wasn't your best subject. I feel like you were somebody who you could easily manipulate your friends or manipulate the really smart kid in class to help you with your math homework, right? And when I say help you, I mean like maybe you would just sit there with them and talk to them and, charm them and say like, oh, I love your shirt, you're so smart, oh my gosh. And they would literally eat that up and do your homework for you, right? Like, you are just somebody who, with your charm, with the way that you compliment people, with the way that you are just so freaking confident, you are able to get people to do absolutely anything for you, okay? All you have to do is ask, and everybody will be like, yes, your wish, my command, Highness, okay? That is what I'm seeing. Guys, give me a second. Let me take a quick break to take a sip of my coffee. But now, going off of that, you guys, I also want to say, while again that may be seen as something that is negative, you could always use something for the positive, right? It is completely up to you. Hitler obviously wasn't a good person. He had bad intentions, and he used that charisma, that confidence that he had for bad. But there are people that have that same type of charisma that were able to charm a nation so that they could help a nation, right? For example, let's talk about Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, Martin Luther King Jr., he had such a holy cause. He wanted to unite everyone, blacks, whites, Hispanics. He wanted to bring everyone together, and he wanted to fight for civil rights, right? He wanted to give black children, black men and women a chance to be able to have a free life, a life free of racism, a life free of having these rules, these black codes, these Jim Crow laws, try to bring them down. He wanted equality for all, and he was able to use his charisma, his innate sense of confidence. He was able to use that that to try to bring people together. And he really did bring people together. He is the reason why so many civil rights were passed. He was the reason for why the civil rights movement became such a big thing, because he was the one that was leading it, right? So while it's that charisma that you possess, while it could be used for the negative, it can always be used for the positive. And I feel like this strength that you have, this blessing, is something that you should never take lightly. You can do so many amazing things. Your impact could be absolutely phenomenal. So if there is anything that you hold close to your heart, if there is anything, any type of causes that you want to support, I encourage you to try to take an active role in trying to bring a sense of an audience to those causes, right? Does that make sense? Try to take this to other people and help other people, see these causes that you are trying to support, because I feel like with the charisma that you have, you would be a great marketer. You would be somebody who is really great at marketing these causes to other people and getting other people to support you, right? And to support these causes. But again, going off of that, I also want to talk about how I feel like another one of your greatest gifts is the fact that you know exactly what you deserve. Again, with that sense of independence and confidence that you have, it leads you to your other gift. And it is the fact that you know that you deserve the best of everything. You have really, really high standards for yourself, and that can translate into every area of your life. For one example, I feel like you are somebody who you will never settle for less than what you deserve when it comes to being with the person who you want to live the rest of your life with, right? When it comes to you trying to find your Prince Charming, you will never ever accept a toad, okay? If you ever find yourself in a relationship where it has started to become abusive, or the person who you are with ends up showing you their true colors and showing you that they are not a Prince Charming, that they are very much so a toad, you will leave them like that. You will drop them faster than somebody drops a hot potato, okay? You will say goodbye, peace out. I refuse to be treated in the way that you are treating me. I know exactly what I deserve, and you leave them, right? And guys, there are some people in this world who have such little confidence within themselves where they take these toads and they take these people knowing that they're not best for them, knowing that they deserve more, and yet they decide to get into a relationship anyways with these toads because they feel like, there is just nobody out there for them, that there is only just toads. And instead of waiting to find their Prince Charming, instead of waiting for what they deserve, they settle for what they don't deserve, right? They settle. And they do this because maybe they have some insecurities. Maybe they are afraid to be alone. They're afraid to be by themselves. But you are somebody who, honestly, you thrive off of being alone. You love isolation. You love to be by yourself because you are a fierce and independent person. I'm honestly getting a lot of Sagittarius energy from this reading today, or maybe even quite a bit of Aquarius energy as well. You are just somebody who you love to be by yourself. You love to explore the world on your own. It's kind of making me think of Miley Cyrus, because while Miley Cyrus, she does get into relationships and she will be in a relationship for quite a while, at the end of the day, she doesn't necessarily want to settle down. She craves her independence. She craves her freedom. And I feel like that is honestly you in a nutshell. I honestly think that it would take so much for you to decide to settle down with somebody and to be a one person forever type of individual, right? I feel like it would take you really, really, really finding your Prince Charming for you to decide, okay, this is it. I'm gonna, get rid of all the dating apps and I'm just going to be in a relationship with this person and I'm not going to be with anybody else, right? And that is the person who you are saving yourself for, right? And you just know exactly what you deserve. And until you find that person, you are not going to settle for anything less, right? And I think that is so, so, so beautiful. And I think that it's so amazing what it says right here, because it says for the light attributes, it says understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So you will always rely on yourself. You will always rely on yourself. And you will never feel the need to have to rely on anybody else, because you are your biggest supporter. You are your biggest lover, right? You just love yourself, and I think that that is so, so gorgeous. Now, another one of your gifts is the fact that I feel like you are a very creative person. We literally have the keyword creative force coming through, and with this motherly energy from Guinevere, you know, whenever I think of a mother, and whenever I think of a feminine type of energy, I think of somebody who is going to give birth to someone. And now again, this could literally physically represent giving birth. So maybe honestly, one of your powers could be the fact that you are a very fertile person. If you wanted to, I feel like if you are somebody who is more feminine, I think that you could give birth to a whole freaking, like, to a whole freaking new population of people, right? I feel like if it was up to you, you could definitely repopulate the earth quite easily. I feel like we have a John and Kate +8 type of situation coming through. If you are somebody who is more masculine, then obviously I think that you have some very fertile sperm, okay? I think that it is like magic sperm, okay? No matter how old you get, I think that left and right, if you decided to, you could, you know, get anyone pregnant. You're like Nick Cannon, okay? You are like Nick Cannon. So that could definitely be one of your gifts. But I'm more so also reading this as the fact that you are a very creative individual. I think that if you are somebody who is more interested in art and the more artistic side of things, I feel like you are very talented, very creative. You could be somebody who is, again, a really great artist, a really great writer. Maybe you are really good at coming up with like new songs. You're really great at, you know, writing these songs. Maybe you are great at acting or at singing. I just think that all in all, you could definitely have some really amazing talents and strengths when it comes to being more artistic, but creative energy can also be seen in other different ways as well. For example, you could be somebody who would make a really great business person because you are really great at coming up with creative strategies to try to find ways to target an audience, to market whatever business you're trying to create to other people. I think that you are somebody who, if you were at the helm of that business, and I think that you could really, truly succeed so much. So I definitely think that for some of you guys, you would definitely have a really great strength when it comes to starting your own business. And at the end of the day, I just think that you are somebody who is very, very passionate. You are somebody who you always follow your heart. And I think that this can also translate to you following your heart when it comes to your job as well, to whatever chosen profession you decide to settle in. I feel like you have the amazing ability to really start from the very bottom and make it all the way to the top. I feel like you are somebody who you could literally be like Elon Musk, okay, or like Bill Gates. I think that you have the audacity, the confidence, the charisma to truly see yourself as being a leader, see yourself as really succeeding, and you are able to, because of this, think really, really big for yourself, for your future. You are somebody who, you know exactly what you deserve in every area of your life, and I think that you will accept nothing than the best when it comes to you succeeding in your job and making it to the top. So I think, whereas there are so many people that only think really smallly because they are very insecure and they decide to just work a regular 9-to-5 job because they think that they're not good enough to try to do anything else. I think that you are somebody who, you are able to think big. You are able to go after these really big dreams, and you dare to be bold enough to not only go after these dreams but to make it a reality. And I think even if you are somebody who goes through a lot of ups and downs while you are trying to make it up that business ladder, I think that you will keep on working. You will work past this inner conflict. If you ever have any doubts, you will work past it, and you will tell yourself that you are are amazing. You are incredible. You deserve nothing but the best in life. All of the riches, all of these dreams, they will be yours if you just keep on going after it. So, yes, guys, at the end of the day, I feel like your biggest strengths are that you are so attractive, so freaking hot. You could persuade and manipulate so many people. Excuse me, guys, if need be. I feel like you are somebody who, you are very independent. You are always able to see the best for yourself, and because of that, you are able to think big and think bold, and you are, at the end of the day, a really great manifester. Okay, you're a really great manifester, and I think that no matter what you decide to settle in, you will always receive that abundance at the end of the day. So, yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, group 3. So if you chose A Touch of Darkness by Miss Scarlett St. Clair, then hey, hello, and how are you today? So guys, I first of all just want to say thank you for joining me to this side of TerraTube. I love to freaking have you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put this right here, and let's go ahead and get into your reading today, friends, because we all know that you came here to hear about your freaking reading, okay? Not to hear from me saying thank you for being here, which, dare I say, I actually said again. So, okay, let's go ahead and do this. So first of all, we have the Two of Wands coming through. We also have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords. We have the Priestess of Avalon with the 4 keywords: healing, initiation, divine inspiration, and ancient knowledge. We also have Nimue with the keywords respect, self-esteem, opportunity, and confidence. We have the Hermit and bitterness. And last but not least, we have prayer meditation with the rosary. And then we have reflection with the mirror. So guys, the first thing that I'm noticing about you is the fact that you have a very contradictory and interesting type of personality. You are filled with so many contradictions, and it just turns you into such a unique type of individual. So what I'm saying about, like, what I mean by that is the fact that, first of all, with the Knight of Cups coming through, this represents somebody who is so soft and romantic. This is somebody who always sees the best in others. They see the best in the world. They are so freaking positive, and they are also the type of individuals who love itself, okay? This is definitely somebody who probably loves to watch romantic movies. The Notebook probably makes them cry all the time. It's probably their favorite thing ever. This might be somebody who has the flair to be quite romantic as well, in the way that they love to sweep people off by creating these huge public displays of affection. Or, you know, if this person is more on the shyer side, then maybe they like to just do really small things to show their loved ones how much they care about them. Maybe this could represent somebody buying their person a random little gift, right, to show how much they care about them. Or maybe mowing their lawn, or just doing something really sweet, maybe rubbing them, right? So again, this person's very sweet, very soft, very just the type of rose-colored glasses type of individual, right? But then we also have the Knight of Swords coming through. The Knight of Swords, this represents somebody who is very assertive, logical, calculative. This is somebody who is extremely intelligent, and once they set their sights on something, they will go after it no matter what. This is also somebody who is very honorable. They are very honest to a fault. They will always tell people the truth, even if it hurts. And this is also somebody who is quite independent as well. Okay, so it's so interesting to at one hand have this more spiritual, sweet person, and then on the other hand to have this very logical, assertive individual as well. But I think that at the end of the day, you represent both of those energies. You have all of these amazing and incredible characteristics that make you up, and I think that at the end of the day, it turns you into such a huge, intriguing mystery to so many people, because honestly guys, whenever I'm looking at this, I'm getting the idea that whenever people meet you, I think they only see one side to your personality at first. So for half of you guys, when people meet you at first, they may only see this Knight of Swords type of individual. They see somebody who is very calculative. They see somebody who may even be a bit cold because of the fact that they are very logical, very reasonable, very just tell it as it is type of individual, right? And they would never ever in a million years think that this person, or that you, because this is representing you, that you would have a softer side to you, that you would be somebody who, while you are very calculative, very practical, on the other hand, you're also very spiritual and believe that anything is possible, and you're just such a nice person, right? It's just so crazy to them, because at first they see this hard as nails person, but then as they get to know you, they also see that, wow, this hard as nails person is actually really cotton soft in the inside, right? And then for the other half of you guys, I think that when people meet you, at first they see this really sweet, innocent, spiritual type of person who they feel like would never hurt a fly. But then as they get to know you, they start to see this Knight of Swords type of person that is inside you. And whereas they think that you are just a kitten at first, when they first meet you, they also realize that this kitten has freaking claws and they are not afraid to use them, okay? So at the end of the day, I think your greatest strength, your greatest power is the fact that you are able to completely, reverse the table on people, so to speak, and you just cause people to be so taken aback by the just extrinsic characteristics that you have that make you up. I think that you are honestly just the biggest mystery to so many people, and I think that that is your biggest strength, because it is because of this mystery. It's because of the fact that you have all these amazing and insane characteristics that turns you into such an anomaly that you are able to use these things for your best favor, right? Because people are so intrigued by you, because people are so interested in you, I think that you are able to, make people so curious that they would do absolutely anything for you so that they can be around you, so that they can get to know you better. For example, I think that if you were trying to go and get a job, right, I think that you would make a really big first impression on whoever is interviewing you, because whereas when they first meet you, they might see this very calculative, very reasonable, analytical, and intelligent person. As they interview you and further get to know you, they start to realize that there is this Knight of Cups person that is inside you. They see that while you are hard, you are also soft. While you are practical, you are also quite spiritual. And they just find that to be so curious. And they just cannot bear to let you go. They cannot bear to not be able to get to know you better, to see who you are truly. And so because of that, they will freaking hire you on the spot, right? You are just so interesting. I think you are also able to use this gift to help you when it comes to you wanting to, meet somebody new. I feel like if you ever decide to throw yourself into the dating scene, if you ever decide to dip your toes into a new romance, I think that you are somebody who it's just so much easier for you to catch new people, because of the fact that, again, you are so interesting, you are so intriguing, you are this big mystery. And I feel like if you were in a room full of other, eligible people, I feel like everybody would still be interested in you. It's almost like if you were on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, I feel like you would always get the final rose. Okay, you would be the one that wins the whole thing, because of the fact that, again, you're just such an anomaly. You're so different from everybody else. You are not like anyone else, and that is what sets you apart. That is what makes you unique. That is what makes you so freaking powerful. And I'm honestly getting the idea that another one of your gifts is the fact that you are not afraid afraid to be yourself. I think that at the end of the day, you have so much confidence and so much self-esteem, and you love who you are. And I feel like you are not afraid to just be you. Just be you. And I think that there are so many people that try to hide behind a mask. They try to fit in. They do everything that they can to fit the mold of what is expected of them. And they are so afraid to truly show their true colors. But you are not afraid at all. You refuse to let society mold you into what is expected of you. You refuse to fill any type of role. You are somebody who, you are so untraditional in the way that you dare to just be yourself. You dare to be who you are, who you were born to be, and you don't try to hide anything. And so that is another one of your huge, amazing, and gorgeous gifts. I'm also getting the idea that you are somebody who, you are just so powerful. You are somebody who I feel like you have the capability to do so many amazing things. I think that you are such a creative individual, and I think that you are just a highly, highly intelligent person, and if you wanted to, you could create something new, completely new. I think that you are, at the end of the day, an inventor, okay? I'm honestly getting the idea that you could be like Emily Dickinson in the way that she created and invented so many amazing stories and poetry and books. You could be the next, what's his name? What's that really famous inventor? Oh no, I can't remember what he's called, but Leonardo da Vinci. You could be the next Leonardo da Vinci. He created so many amazing things, right? You could be like the guy that created electricity or that created the light bulb. Okay, you just have so many amazing capabilities, and I think that if you decided to try to create something new, if you had your sole focus on creating something new, you could invent something amazing. You could be like the guy who made Facebook. I just think that at the end of the day, your biggest strength is the fact that you are very creative, you are highly, highly intelligent, and you, if you decided to, could create something new that could truly, change the whole world, okay? And I think that that is so incredible to see. And I'm also getting the idea with the Hermit card coming through and the reflection. I think that another one of your greatest gifts is the fact that you are a bit of a hermit. I think that you are quite independent. I don't feel like you feel the need to be in any type of relationship. You don't feel the need to seek out any type of attention from others. You don't feel the need to seek out compliments or any type of extra love, because you have that love for yourself. And I feel like you also have this deep love from the universe and for the world as well, if that makes any sense. I feel like you do believe that there is some type of divine force out there in the world. You believe that there is something that makes the world move and just continue to grow. You believe in either Mother Nature, you believe in the law of attraction, you believe in gods and goddesses, you believe in something. And I think that you have a huge love for whatever that something is, and I think that you can feel the love that you have for them being reflected back into your own heart. And I think because you have that divine type of love, you don't feel the need to search for any other love unless it is the type of love that you want, if that makes any sense. If you decide that you met somebody who you really, really like, then okay, yeah, you'll date them, you'll be with them, and you'll love them no matter what. But I feel like you, at the end of the day, you wouldn't need them to give you that love because you already have it within yourself. You already have it from the universe, from God. You already have it, and it is just so freaking gorgeous. So it turns you into somebody who is just so confident, so independent, so incredible, and you don't feel the need to ever search out for anyone else. You don't need that love because you have it within yourself. So yes, guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I do quickly want to say, with the bitterness card coming through, I think that you are also somebody who, again, because you are always able to, see the best in people, you trust in, Mother Nature and God or whatever. I feel like even whenever you go through really hard times, even whenever you go through disastrous moments or darker periods in your life, you are always able to trust that this is God's plan, this is the universe's plan, and you know that there is always going to be amazing amazing things waiting for you in your future. You know that there is good in people, even if people only show you their worst side to themselves. And you dare to trust in the universe. You dare to trust in your future and what lies ahead. And I think that turns you into somebody who is very positive, very optimistic. And I think that is one of your last very, very gorgeous gifts. So yes, guys, now that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys.